Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Just cruising around. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. That's the day I go out and do a little grocery shopping, get a few errands done, got my haircut done. Still needs a little bit of product, I guess, in my hair, but we'll move on from that. Anyway, I just wanted to catch up with all you guys, everything that's going on. First off, to my Patreons. Again, thank you for your support. I really appreciate that. I've made some changes on my Patreon. Those of you who used to be involved with our newsletter project will know more about that. But right now, at the $20 level and up, there's a Patreon AMA tonight. And I'm going to give more details about everything that's going on, how you can be involved and what we're doing going forward, and all that good stuff. So that's going to be tonight. And then tomorrow is the first of the month. That's the day you want to join Patreon and decide what you want to do. We've got things that, I've got anything from a $5 level all the way on up. And the more AMAs you want, basically, the more it costs. And that's the way it is. And there's some deals going on right now, and I'll go over them tonight. But again, the AMA is at 8 p.m. It's posted on my Patreon. It's posted on a few other places, too, that are members. So you can join that at 8 p.m. I'll be on there. So not much really is going on in crypto. Well, that's not true. There was a story that came out about XRP yesterday. We could talk about that. There's a lot of evidence. It's been out there for many years that XRP is involved with FedNow, the FedCoin, whatever you want to call the project of the central bank digital currency that the Federal Reserve is working on. They're calling it the FedNow system, talking about 2023. One of the members of Ripple Labs has been an advisor on that project since 2014 or 2015. So it's been a while. They were also involved in a project called Voltaire that was they were involved in some of the test trials of what they were working on. That was happening last February 2021. So they want to go live. Like the Federal Reserve has talked about, they want to go live with a CBDC, the central bank digital currency, in 2023 sometime. That could be a boon for XRP holders out there. It's not financial advice. It's not guaranteed, but where there's smoke, there's often fire, and there seems to be more and more smoke around XRP right now. The SEC lawsuit should be done by then, most certainly. Who knows what's going on in the SEC? Who knows what's going on with lots of 3 different letter agencies that are going on out there? But that's more of a Patreon conversation. Now, I have been talking about the Economic Preppers event. The reason we call it Economic Preppers is because you need to be prepared, not scared of all the different things that are coming. And I've worked in real estate. I own silver and gold. I own crypto. So it made perfect sense to incorporate all those different avenues because there's so many people that are involved in one or more of those asset classes. And of course, we've got other things that we are interested in that are assets that hold or gain value. Collectibles, firearms, lead, pretty soon, certain non-perishable foods too. There's all kinds of things that are holding value going forward. But as far as crypto, it's a little bit slow. Bitcoin is limping along, and it probably will be doing this for the next few months because they're counting the days down to November, I think it's November 8th is the date, is election day this year. So that's about 10 weeks away. So as we get closer to that, look for them. This is the big picture, and this is what we really need to keep the visibility of. They are trying to keep the economy looking as good as possible for the next several months because it's going to impact turnout, going to impact red or blue, those sort of things. They want to do the best they can. They're delusional. They're quite delusional that they're going to be able to hold on to what they held on to or were able to obtain 2 years ago. But they're going to make a go at it, and this is politics at its best. This is what happens. But cryptocurrency, the basics still apply. I've talked about security. Yesterday I talked about, the cash, coins, crypto plan, and you need to decide your own time frames, but you need to have some of all 3 because the game I like to play a lot is what if. What if the banks don't work tomorrow? And what if the ATM stop spitting out cash tomorrow? What are you going to do? What happens if cash, if a cup of coffee costs $100 tomorrow? It may not be that dramatic, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. It happened in the Weimar Republic. I think that the Germany, and there's been several other instances of rampant inflation, and it's happening in other countries. They're just not talking about it. They don't want you to know about what's going on in the other systems outside of there's so much going on in the United States, and a lot of people are paying attention. Basically, people are in firefighting mode. They're trying to make ends meet. I heard that over 20 million people or 20 million households, I think it was, are behind on their electric bill. I've heard other people are behind on their phone bills. Just the bare minimum bills are becoming harder and harder to pay because the prices are going up. And tomorrow is September. That's the beginning of fall, which is the beginning of the approaching of cold weather. When cold weather comes, that heating bill is going to be a major factor. I mean, where I live, it's more of an AC thing, but that's kind of winding down. And now, fortunately, because I live in a warmer climate, I won't need the heat. That's a good thing for me. But in the Northeast or in the Midwest or anywhere where it gets cold, you're going to have to heat your home somehow. So there could be, I've seen people on prepper shows that are talking about, Canadian Prepper is one, talking about go get a cord of wood. I mean, do little things that like you're going to use anyway, but stock up on them now because price is only going in one direction. Prices may trickle down. And I touched on this yesterday, but I didn't go into it further. The prices could go down. The way that prices could go down is that there could be a surplus of that particular type of good. Now, I don't expect that to be food, okay? But some durable goods, some things like electronics, gifts, like I think it's going to be a great Christmas for a lot of kids because there's going to be a lot of stuff that Amazon is looking to liquidate. Same with Target, Walmart, all those companies, they have too much inventory. If you've walked down a Home Depot, I know that Patrick and I walked down a Home Depot when we were out in Tennessee, it was probably Georgia at that point. It's close. But we were in Georgia, we were walking through Home Depot, and there were a boatload of ladders, easy for me to say. There were a ton of ladders. There were a lot of ladders, and they were all sent out, and I forget who has the picture, but I'll try and get a hold of it, and I'll post it on Telegram or something, but or maybe Instagram too, but it just shows you that when there's too much inventory, they need a place to put it, and they don't have a place to put it. So that's why you're hearing about, and I'd love to hear about it. If you have stories like this, leave them in the comments. But I've heard stories about people trying to return an item, and they get their money back, but they also get to keep the item because it costs them time and labor to put it back on the shelves, put it back in stock, and they don't have the room. Like that, if you have a Walmart, check around the back, look and see if there's trailers that just have stuff in it. If you're near a Home Depot or a big box store, look and see how much your stuff is put in the aisles, how much is actually out front, in the front of the building, outside. All these things are just signs that there's too much inventory. And as people are having harder and harder times making ends meet and paying their core bills, food, electricity, water bill, phone bills, rent, like rent is at an all-time high. I think it's over $2,000 a month on national average in the US now. It's crazy. It's just so high. But that's just where we are, and it's part of the dollar losing its value and part of the inflation. It's all going together. It's like two cars passing on a highway. Prices are going up, the dollar is losing its value, all these different things. That's why we want to talk about getting into real assets, and you need to learn about it. That's what Economic Preppers is all about. Gold has been money for 5,000 years, silver right along with it. Real estate, it's a huge market, but there's issues with it because as you can see, external factors weigh in. Banks and lending and appraisals and all that other stuff will weigh into the market. So real estate, unless it's an income producing property, and it's got to be the right type, like somebody if it's a strong rental, if you know the rentee, if you have a great renter and that renter will work with you, great. If it's a commercial property, you could be out of luck. So that's kind of things that all weigh in. So those are the kind of things that we're going to talk about at Economic Preppers. It's September tomorrow. It gives you about 2 weeks to buy tickets that are still under $200. So go to economicpreppers.com, go get a ticket. As I've said in a few other videos, we made it as easy as possible to attend. If you're flying in, you will see external factors weigh in. Banks and lending and appraisals and all that other stuff will weigh into the market. So real estate, unless it's external factors weigh in. Banks weigh in. Banks and lending and appraisals and all that other stuff will weigh into the market. So real estate, unless it's an income producing property, and it's got to be the right type, like somebody if it's a strong rental, if you know the rentee, if you have a great renter and that renter will work with you, great. If it's a commercial property, you could be out of luck. So that's kind of things that all weigh in. So those are the kind of things that we're going to talk about at Economic Preppers. It's September tomorrow. It gives you about 2 weeks to buy tickets that are still under $200. So go to economicpreppers.com, go get a ticket. As I've said in a few other videos, we made it as easy as possible to attend. If you're flying in, you will land at Dallas Fort Worth. You will take a shuttle from there to the hotel. The hotel, it's $129 a night. The conference is under $200 for that day, and we give you lunch, and then you take the shuttle, free shuttle to and from the airport. You don't even need to rent a car. We made it as easy as possible. There's even a restaurant at the hotel. You never have to leave the property, and you get to hang out with us from Friday through basically Sunday morning if you're still there. But most people do go home on Sunday morning. But anyway, there's lots to learn, lots for us to teach. We made the price as low as we could because we want to encourage people to attend, and there's going to be a workbook too as a takeaway. So you got something to take home with, and there's going to be a telegram afterwards as well that you can ask questions in. So we would love to see you there. We would love to hear about it. I love seeing your feedback in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Really appreciate it. Let us know. Just drop us a line. We love hearing from you guys. So with all that said, I'm going to close the door on the bureau, say follow leader one more time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.